Hello everybody, it is summer here in Orlando, Florida, which means it is hot. And when I say it's hot, I mean extremely hot. 100+ degree days every single day of the week. But we know that you are coming to the theme parks here, and we want to make sure that you guys don't have a ruined vacation because of this summer heat. So today, tag along with us as we give you some of our tips and tricks on how to beat the summer heat and ultimately enjoy your stay here in Central Florida. So the very first tip we have for you is head inside of a shop or find at least some shade outside. That heat is brutal, so the number one thing to do is just get out of the heat in some capacity. You don't have to be outside, run and ride all day, every day. So go ahead, stop inside of the shops. They have awesome merchandise inside, well themed a lot of times as well. Over at the Tribute store right around the corner, it's an entire store dedicated to Jurassic Park 30th anniversary, which is pretty freaking cool. But at the end of the day, just head inside. Get some AC, check out some of the merchandise, maybe buy a snack, a treat, whatever you might want to do, but just get out of the sun. That's our first tip. So let's go ahead and take our advice and head inside. Now, as we head into the store, you can see right up front, there's some Minion merch. And again, if you kind of look around, you can see some Trolls merch back there. You have Dracula over here, E.T. Looks like we have Jurassic Park. So again, you get a little bit of everything when you step inside. So just soak up the AC and take a look around. This store actually just got re-themed. We have been here a number of times. It was actually the Betty Boop store that you can kind of see back there, but now they have completely re-themed it to like the Universe store, which is kind of cool. So at the end of the day, coming in here, it's always kind of a new experience, and they tend to update their merchandise pretty well. So again, let's go ahead and take a look at some of the merchandise that they have in here, maybe anything new, and just, like I said, soak up some AC before we continue on throughout the park. Take a look at this shirt, for example. Never seen this before. This is like some like Japanese, almost anime style Jaws shirt. And again, never saw it, but here we are now seeing brand new merchandise because we stepped inside. And this is kind of that logo that you see on the outside. So they have some merchandise that I'm assuming is kind of themed specifically to this store. Look at this Casper shirt. That is a lot of fun. Seeing is believing. This is a nice little shirt here. Nothing on the back, but again, you can see the little symbol down here, that Universe logo that they are using. And these are $26 for the shirts. And as you head into the side room over here, you can see along the back wall, there's some Simpsons merchandise. Then you have some Harry Potter stuff right here. And then actually on that wall, you do still have some Marvel merchandise. They have not stopped producing that here at Universal Studios, regardless of what Disney is doing. And then the final room would be the Hello Kitty room that we have here as we are exiting the store right over here. But again, all very unique merchandise. So come inside, get some AC, take a look at some of the merch, and just enjoy some time indoors for just at least a few minutes and kind of just recharge. Now that we are back out in the heat, we are actually just going across the way because we're going to look at the Five and Dime to see if there's any new merchandise for Halloween Horror Nights. We need an update. I mean, I feel like we are within 2 months and we have like 2 houses now. Last of Us there and then Chucky, but we gotta get a little bit more going on. We gotta start getting hyped. They're gonna start bringing some stuff out into the streets here soon enough. But as we are walking over that way, as you can see on the top of my head, this is one of our next tips. Make sure you guys are wearing a hat. As you can see, Nicole is borrowing mine for the day, keeping that sun out of your face and trying to cover a lot of your neck and face and ears. Those types of things, it's ultimately gonna help. A big thing is sunburn. One day, it takes one day to get a bad sunburn, and that'll ruin your vacation real quick because then being out in the heat is just gonna irritate it more and more. So this is kind of just a really small tip, but consider wearing a hat, whether it just be a normal hat to keep your face cleared from the sun, or again, a full-blown kind of bucket hat style to ultimately keep everything off of your neck, your ears, etc. Just again, that sunburn will eat you up. Another thing you could ultimately do is just pop on some sunscreen too, but I'm gonna tell you, the hat will save the day. So over here at the Five and Dime, we see again the merchandise reveal for The Last of Us. This has been out now for a few weeks, I think about 2 weeks actually at this point, I think on the dot. And this is actually The Last of Us, the video game. This isn't actually based on the show. Let's say a lot of times you could actually see the PlayStation logo. They're kind of associating it here. On this one they aren't, but I have seen them kind of showing the PlayStation logo to kind of identify that it is for the game and not for the show. However, this was their second house, and you can see Halloween Horror Nights there. They also had a few extra pieces of merchandise here. They only have the shirts right now. They were sold out. They did get another restock of them, but as of now, still nothing new. And right on the other side of the 5 and Dime is that tribute store. And like I mentioned, it is currently Jurassic Park 30th anniversary based. And this is a limited time thing. So when you come to Universal Studios, they go ahead and dress up these tribute stores to things that are very unique. So I believe after this one, we should be getting the HHN tribute store. So sometime in like August or September. So as of now, you should be fine if you are interested in seeing this by probably the end of July would be my guess as to when this will kind of stick around till. Now, as I have talked about, the theming is on point for the tribute store. A lot of the other stores tend to be much more broad-based, so you're going to get a few different items from a few different IPs, but inside of the tribute store, it is all Jurassic Park. And with the tribute store, they actually go above and beyond with the theming. So you can see that this is not merchandise. This is nothing that you can buy. This is all just related to the 30th anniversary of Jurassic Park. So like I said, stop in the stores, go ahead, get out of the heat. The AC is wonderful in here, and just check out what they have to offer. Every single store, completely different. Now, as we head back out into this heat, something I do need to note is Mel's is currently closed until further notice. I think they are doing some remodeling inside. So as of right now, you will not be able to go inside of Mel's if you are trying to get out of the heat. So just keep that in mind. I imagine it probably comes back in the next few weeks. I don't think they're gonna be doing too much, but we will keep you guys updated on that as that does kind of come to fruition. But my guess is, like I said, just a few weeks as they probably just do some remodeling on the inside. Now, as you are walking around the parks, one of the most important things to do, stay hydrated. And water's always good, but let me tell you something. Electrolytes, that is where you need to be. It doesn't have to be Gatorade. Some people don't like Gatorade, and I know people think it's very sugary. I drink zero sugar Gatorade, that's just what we prefer. But finding a way to get electrolytes will ultimately help you out because you will be burning a lot of calories inside the park. You will be sweating a lot. You will be losing salt, water, etc. Stay hydrated. Like I said, find some source of electrolytes, whether that be Gatorade, Pedialyte, whatever. Use it and just continuously drink. Like, even if you feel like you are full and you don't want to drink anymore, drink a little bit more. I promise you, staying hydrated is a huge thing here at the parks. Now, speaking of staying hydrated, let me show you something right around the corner. Scattered around the parks, you are going to find these Coke Freestyle machines. This is actually a brand new one that they put in place. It is right across from the Mummy here. And actually, the nice thing about these is, even if you don't have one of the refillable cups, you can fill up your water bottles. Now, being able to fill up your water, all you're going to do is come over here, click on the water option, and then the water will then come out. And you can see Nicole will then fill up the water bottle up to wherever she wants to go. If you have a cup that you're trying to put soda or Powerade or whatever, it will not read, but water is free. And again, these are spread out through the entire park, which is a huge plus to make sure that you can always have a full water bottle. All right, are you hydrated, Nicole?
I am hydrated.
You got your hat, you got your electrolytes, you got your water. What time is it though right now?
It is 7:03.
7:03, which means for our annual pass, we have Express After 4, which means that we can go ahead and get on the rides using the express lane. So that kind of comes up to our next tip here. Probably one of the best tips you will get when visiting the parks is, number one, come first thing in the morning, and number two, come in the evening. Let that afternoon heat just go away. Go back to your hotel, go for a stroll somewhere else, go grab food, do anything other than be in the dead of the heat between like 12 to 3. That is the worst time to be walking around the parks at any of the parks. Disney, Universal, SeaWorld, wherever. If you are standing in the middle of the park and it is noon in the middle of summer in Orlando, you will be miserable. So get out of the heat. That's the biggest thing. We decided to come today a little bit later. We still kind of came when the heat was around, but now the sun is setting. We're starting to get a little bit more of that kind of breeze coming through, a little bit more shade around the park. Use that to your advantage. Go back to the hotel, like I said, just get out of the heat. 12 to 3, do not be around, or again, be inside of a restaurant. Go somewhere else just for a few hours. But again, it's 7 o'clock. Let's go ahead and ride the Mummy. We'll be right back.
Station, that's a green light. Remember.
We have finished up over on the Mummy, and another thing I guess with standing in line is some lines, not all of them, have some really good AC. The best AC in this park, what would you say? What line has the best AC?
Men in Black.
Men in Black. Men in Black has like, it's actually like
freezing.
Weirdly too cold, but you can't say that during the summer months, but it is so cold on Men in Black. But I do love it, to be honest with you. Either way, another little tip, this is a little possibly controversial, but I would say if you have the money for it, getting Express Pass would be a nice tip. And here's why I say this, because standing in the heat and then kind of running ride to ride will ultimately make it really, really tough on you and your family when you are trying to experience the parks. So if you have the extra money, and not everybody does, and not everybody wants to budget for that, and some people don't care, totally respectable. I'm just saying, if you have the extra money and you don't mind spending it, I would say pick up the Express Pass. You're gonna spend less time in lines. It's gonna give you more time to go relax and not have to worry that you're going to miss out on getting the rides done. And then you can just hop between whichever ride you want and not have to worry about, oh, I'm missing out on this ride, or I'm not gonna be able to go see this show, get this food, etc. So I would say Express Pass, definitely worth it. Again, pricey, but worth the money. Now, a tip that we don't have today, because we are local, so we are only here filming a video, though it still is very hot, would be bring some fans. Either like those neck towels, those help out a lot too, the little portable fans, anything like that. It's gonna keep you a little bit more cool. Just keeping your body temperature down as much as possible, they can help. The one thing to keep in mind with those, they're a little bulky. So the lockers here aren't very big and you have to put your stuff away on a lot of rides. So the more that you are bringing bigger fans, a lot more rags, etc., you're gonna start to bulk up your lockers. So keep that in mind. I still highly, highly recommend it, but I would say keep that in mind when you are purchasing them. The size of them does matter. Now for our final kind of tip or trick, find food. I think this seems a little weird to people because you're always looking at heat and staying cool, cooling down, staying hydrated. Find food. Big thing is you need energy when you're walking around the park. So we are going to head inside of the brand new Minion Cafe here. Amazing food here, by the way. This is like one of my favorite locations to eat right now at Universal Studios. It just opened, but I would say this is somewhere that is definitely worth your time. But I also want to mention the new freeze ray pops that you have over here, which is the popsicle stand. It looks like they only make a limited amount every single day. So they were actually very low when we just went by. So make sure that you guys are purchasing those, nice and early in the day. Obviously when the sun is out, that's probably the best time to pick them up. I do think they probably go like hotcakes, but they are running low, like I said. But either way, let's go inside, have some food here. Let me show you how unique some of the food here is at Minion Cafe. As we are choosing our meal, do you see what's behind me there? Right over my shoulder, right there, more Coke Freestyle machines. Always a huge plus. By the way, the newer the buildings here at Universal, the more AC that you get. It is so chilly in here, but I love it right now. And honestly, just anytime you can find a new building to go walk into, do it. You will thank me later. So much good AC. So we are stuck between either basically the tomato soup and grilled cheese or kind of this like pork sandwich. Both look really good, both are the same price. I don't know, we don't know yet. We went ahead and went with the pork sandwich. It smells amazing right now. Nicole really likes these chips. We did have these last time with our meal, and we thought last time we were here, we didn't have anything banana flavored, and we're like, what are we thinking? So we went ahead and picked up this like banana Swiss roll thing. They did say that the banana tastes like banana. So we'll go ahead and try that for dessert, but for now, let's dig into the sandwich. All right, we're gonna try this thing out. God, it smells super good. That is a ton of flavors going on in there. The actual pretzel bun is very strong. There's a lot of sweetness in there. This is like a shocking amount of flavor that is happening in here. And I think it all works together. I don't really love arugula, so I'll probably pull some of that off when I'm eating it. But at the end of the day, this is good. Everything is very tender. That pork is really tender. And there's, like I said, a lot of flavors in there. I highly recommend. So we're gonna go ahead and finish this up, and then we'll move on to the banana dessert here in just a minute.
I don't know what flavor that is. I can see like almost like something tropical.
Or maybe like a key lime or something. Maybe that's
a key lime sounds.
Yeah.
And like a guava, a passion fruit. I think key lime is a good description.
All right, now it's on to the actual roll itself. Again, you can see it's kind of a weird like texture over here. I don't know. It's not bad. Again, it's like I don't think I dislike it. I don't know if I like it though. It's weird.
So I can see where you got the banana from because it almost does taste banana-y. But knowing it's pineapple, I'm like, oh yeah, like I taste the pineapple. But I actually like it. It kind of reminds me of like a pineapple upside down cake. So trying this, I'm trying to find a banana flavor. It tastes a little like tropical, if you will. It's
the pineapple. The pineapple is the flavor that they're coming out with. So nothing in this dessert is banana. So we've ordered a banana looking thing, but there isn't a single banana item on this. So I don't know if we technically did right, because I was like, we need to get something that's a banana, like something banana flavored, I guess is what I was going for, but like we ordered the banana dessert that wasn't banana. I'm just gonna call it a win. Hopefully you guys enjoyed some of those tips and tricks to beat the heat when you are visiting the theme parks here in Orlando, Florida. But before I go, I actually have an insane HHN house announcement. Did you hear that? Anyway, I have an insane HHN house announcement for this year at Orlando. What is that noise?